Nostalgia Critic. I remembered so you don't have to. Jurassic fucking Park. When this film came out, people went nuts. Not only did it have groundbreaking CGI effects, but it had action-packed suspense, a sense of awe and wonder, and just seemed gigantic. So when it was re-released in 3D recently, you bet your ass I got over to the theater to relive all those awesome memories. And how did it hold up? It was awesome! But maybe not as awesome as I remember. Look, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. Far from it. If anything, it's held up extraordinarily well. I'm just saying that while we were so blown away by how huge it was, we might have overlooked some problems that we either didn't see or chose to ignore. I know something like Jurassic Park 3 is worse, and trust me, we'll get to that train wreck in our time. But it's still an interesting journey looking back at something that was so groundbreaking and popular without the nostalgia goggles. So, let's take a look at an adventure 65 million years in the making, or 3. This is Jurassic Park. So we start out in Spielberg's favorite place to go in all of his movies, Spotlight Fetish Land. Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but this guy is obsessed with shining spotlights in your face as much as humanly possible. Every frame feels like a whimsical police interrogation. They try to transport one of the highly intelligent raptors via portal cube, when of course, something goes wrong. You know, was there really no other way to get these things into their cages? Brute force doesn't do much compared to common sense. I mean, look at the forklift. They could lift it just a little bit higher and boom, drop it in. Or tranquilizers, why not tranquilizers? Couldn't they just knock these things out and then slip them in that way? Or were the raptors too smart for that plan? Shoot her! Run away in comedic fashion. So they lose one of the workers in the attack as we cut to the prettiest, mullet-obsessed paleontologist to roam the Earth. They're led by Dr. Grant, played by I swear I'm not a New Zealander Sam Neill.
Look at the half-moon shape. You want to have one of those? A flock of birds evading a predator.
And Dr. Settler, his girl... fuck buddy, played by Laura Dern, who seems to always suffer from terminal mumbling.
Imperfections in your skin. It's not mission compatible. Hey, Ellen, look at this. Small versions of adult unpredictability. John, they're out there.
Did she eat an ice cream scoop of peanut butter before coming to the set?
Well, maybe dinosaurs have more in common with present-day birds than they do with reptiles.
Look at the vertebrae, full of air sacs and hollows, just like a bird.
And even the word raptor means bird of prey.
Raptors were very aware of this when they were naming themselves.
That doesn't look very scary. More like a 6-foot turkey.
A turkey, huh?
Oh, no.
So he scares the little kid by showing him something he never thought he'd see on a hunt for dinosaur bones. A dinosaur bone! Ah!
You want to have one of those?
I don't want that kid, but a breed of child Dr. Grant could be intriguing.
But the work is interrupted by John Hammond.
Blow me bagpipes!
Who offers to fund their dig further if they offer outside opinion on his new park due to the loss of the worker earlier.
I mean, let's face it, in your particular field, you're the top minds.
Yes! You have no idea how computers work and you study ancient plant life. Clearly nobody would be more qualified.
I like you. Both of you.
I can tell instantly about people. It's a gift.
Obviously he took that into consideration when he hired this guy. Dennis Nedry, played by Wayne Knight before his heart decided he wanted to live, who we see is betraying John Hammond by handing over the dinosaur embryos to... evil dinosaur makers, I guess, in order to get more money. And you might notice one of the main problems with the first third of this movie. It focuses a great deal amount of time somehow hastily rushing a ton of exposition.
On delivery, 50,000 more for each viable embryo.
We are facing a $20 million lawsuit.
There's a particular pebble in my shoe represents my investors.
7 o'clock tomorrow night on the East Dock.
48 hours from now, if they're not convinced, I'm not convinced.
It says that they insist on outside opinion.
But it's alright. To account for that, they make the characters' motivations and story arcs disgustingly simple. Even down to dressing them in Care Bear colors so you can easily remember which one is which. Which one's Grant? Oh, he's the one in blue. Which one's Hammond? Oh, he's the one in white. Which one's the a-hole everyone will fall in love with until they realize he's just gonna do that one note for the rest of his life until they want to dig their brains out with a fork because he's so goddamn irritating? That's the darkly dressed evil one known as Jeff Goldblum. Shoot him! Shoot him! Yeah, Goldblum, or the Wizard of Oz as I like to call him, wasn't a complete unknown before this flick, but he became a household name after it became a hit, and people fell in love with his performance. And at the time, it was kind of charming. People have never heard this kind of performance in a blockbuster film before.
We're going to conduct an experiment. It should be still. The car's bouncing up and down, but that's okay.
But once we discovered that he fell in love with his performance, even more than we fell in love with his performance, to a point where he never wanted to leave that performance, we do end up asking ourselves, how the fuck did we ever like this performance to begin with? Stop!
There it is.
Good luck getting this theme song out of your head. It will be in your brain for weeks or till you're dead.
The full 50 miles of perimeter fence are in place.
And the concrete moats and the motion sensor tracking systems. Donald, dear boy, relax.
The only thing we don't have is security in case a storm comes or the power goes out. But we have this guy for that. So we good.
Spared no expense.
I shut you down, John.
In 48 hours, I'll be accepting your apologies.
So they arrive at the star attraction, Laura Dern mugs for the trailer, and we get our first look at Gertie.
It's a dinosaur.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
They're moving in herds. They do move in herds.
Really? That's the big teardropper line? Kind of random, isn't it? I mean, is that kind of like looking out over the herd and saying,
They eat their own shit. They do eat their own shit.
Hammond takes them to the visitor center to show them how they're made. Apparently it was done through the miracle of cloning. One of the many illegal processes I'm sure went into making this place a reality.
DNA strand, like me, is a blueprint for building a living thing. And sometimes...
Oh, spotlight fetish. I don't care if I'm the only director in the world who has it. I will make you a star.
100 million years ago, there were mosquitoes, just like today. After biting a dinosaur, the mosquito would land on the branch of a tree and get stuck in the sap. The tree sap would get hard and become fossilized, just like a dinosaur bone, preserving the mosquito inside.
Okay, even if you were to buy this half-baked science that even Donatello would call a little suspicious, what are the chances of finding tons of mosquitoes not only millions of years old, not only have bitten every popular dinosaur to be marketed, but also all happen to get stuck in tree sap? Did they all happen to be in the same nest during the great Sapalanche of Gajillion BC?
Oh, well, it took all day, but I think we bit every popular and most marketable dinosaur known to man. That's why I love binge drinking with you guys. Now let's rest our little tummies before we puke up whatever's left of them. Sapalanche! A Sapalanche is coming to destroy the town! Go get help.
Oh, come on, man.
I can't move. No, I can't move. You need to go and get help.
Come on,
I mean,
man.
I'm gonna die. You're gonna die. Do you want us to die? Do you want us to die right now? You want me to just explode if I move? I mean, is that what you want? Is that what you want from me? I mean, you want me to... Fine, I'll go get help. I wonder if I'm a blood donor.
We get a whimsical moment number I'm not even gonna bother counting as we see one of the baby dinosaurs being born.
What species is this?
It's a velociraptor.
You bred raptors.
Ah, so he can't identify the dinosaur from his trademark make kid wet pants speech even when he's holding the damn thing right in his motherfucking hands. Great job picking those top minds you were talking about there, Hammond.
Spared no expense.
This brings us to the projector room, where I'm sure Spielberg is projecting right now with how much his spotlight fetish is being fueled.
Oh, so backlit. Oh, so illuminating. Oh, I could hump the white outline that it makes on the side of their heads. Oh.
We can charge anything we want, $2,000 a day, $10,000 a day, and people will pay it.
This park was not built to cater only for the super rich. Everyone in the world has the right to enjoy these animals.
Yeah, everyone should be allowed to fly their personal helicopters to their Hawaiian islands after getting storm insurance. We're looking after the little guy. But Goldblum, is not happy.
You stood on the shoulders of geniuses to accomplish something as fast as you could, and before you even knew what you had, you patented it and packaged it and slapped it on a plastic lunchbox, and now you're selling it. You want to sell it. Well,
wow. That was an excellent argument against the Lost World. I mean, everything you said in there, I totally agree.
You four are gonna have a spot of company out in the park.
Grandpa!
Kids!
Oh good, the appetizers arrived. Now we can start our tour with the latest and greatest in high-tech ingenuity.
It's an interactive CD-Rom!
Holy shit, it's packaged CD-Rom! Oh my god, tell me it doesn't have X-Wing! Tell me it doesn't have X-Wing!
The appropriate information will be automatically selected. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
What do they got in there, King Kong?
Oh, come on, you could have worked in 3 more uhs into that sentence. What they got in there, King Kong? But sadly, the tour doesn't seem to be going very well, as none of the dinosaurs show up to be seen. It's okay, because Goldblum uses his traditional pickup tricks that always seem to get him women at TGI Fridays.
Tiny variations. The orientation of the hairs on your hands.
Hey, Ellen, look at this.
The amount of blood distending your vessels, imperfections in the skin.
Imperfections in your skin?
Microscopic.
My God, it's like the new NBC sitcom, Rambles and Mumbles.
One's a horny chaotician, the other's a giggling plant expert who doesn't want to get married but surprisingly wants kids for some reason. Together, they make the greatest couple nobody can understand or want to listen to since Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. Rambles and Mumbles, coming soon to NBC. Wow, that was fast.
They get out of the car and stumble across a sick Triceratops, but Sattler is determined to figure out what's causing the sickness. Now, in reality, this scene serves no purpose to the plot apart from separating Sattler from the group. And let's be honest, it only exists so kids can giggle when he says this line.
that is one big pile of shit.
Your career in a nutshell. But Nidri has to hurry with those embryos, or else the obvious video that everyone in the audience said was an obvious video, seriously, you can crop that shot just a notch, says the storm is coming and that the ship has to leave with everyone on it.
Oh, look how lens flary it is. Oh yeah.
So he says the power's gonna go in and out, thinking he can make it back in time before anybody notices. But he gets lost, resulting in all the power shutting down and the cars getting stuck in the worst place possible. And this leads to easily the best character in the whole movie. The absolute star of the whole goddamn thing. I'm a motherfucking T-Rex! I'm a motherfucking T-Rex! It's a motherfucking T-Rex! This badass mother owns it. This scene is about as perfectly paced and perfectly suspenseful as a scene can get. I'm a motherfucking T-Rex! I'm a motherfucking T-Rex! I think everything about her can be summed up in that one awesome roar. Oh god, I bet if you translated that roar, every single one would declare her ability of just owning this goddamn movie.
Boy, do I hate being right all the time.
But things get real when Bulgy Eyes and young Ferris Bueller are being attacked.
comedy from me, the Goldblum. Yeah, what was the line that Hammond said earlier?
In 48 hours, I'll be accepting your apologies.
I'm sorry I ever took you on as a client! Ah! Lawyer. Tastes like deep-rooted insecurity and bitterness. Grant gets bulgy eyes out, but young Ferris Bueller is still stuck in the car, and the T-Rex throws it over. I'm the motherfucking T-Rex! I'm sorry, I need a minute to recover from such awesomeness. Play the music!
We do each other good, T-Rex. We do each other real good.
Back to the story. Nidra gets his car stuck and does his best to pull it out.
There's the road.
Was that a cartoon sound effect? Did Schumacher take over for 1 second of filming? Buddy comes across a nasty visitor. Or at least she becomes nasty when the prop guy pulls the strings. Yep, just ruined that scene forever for ya. Grant manages to get young Ferris Bueller out of the tree and tries making their way back. Meanwhile, Sattler comes across Goldblum just in time to partake in another badass T-Rex scene. Eat those bitches! Don't forget the mirror scene that proportionally makes no sense, but it's still so goddamn cool. Yeah, that so doesn't add up. Hey, look on the bright side. At least you gave Toy Story 2 something to parody. The next morning, Grant and the kids come across some friendly brachiosauruses. I have to admit, this is one of the lesser effects in the movie. I don't know, maybe because it's out of profile, but does anyone else think it looks like just a giant, expensive sock puppet?
Can I touch it?
Sure. Just think of it as kind of a big cow.
You like cows?
Well, I know he sounded weird to me too. Not that you can make the phrase, I like cows, sound all that natural, but it goes pretty Lucas there, doesn't it?
You like cows?
But I don't like sand.
Up here.
I like snot.
Suddenly, Grant discovers the dinosaurs are breeding, which seems impossible seeing how all of them are females.
They mutated the dinosaur genetic code and blended it with that of frogs. Now, some West African frogs have been known to spontaneously change sex from male to female in a single-sex environment.
Funny how this is common knowledge to me, and yet none of the highly paid scientists who put this together ever considered this a possibility.
Spared no expense.
But at least they did think of this possibility, a lysine contingency.
Lysine contingency is intended to prevent the spread of the animals in case they ever get off the island. Dr. Wu inserted a gene that creates a single faulty enzyme in protein metabolism. The animals can't manufacture the amino acid lysine. Unless they're completely supplied with lysine by us, they slip into a coma and die.
Oh, great. Why don't you do that?
That is absolutely out of the question.
Okay. Guess we can just add this to the grocery list of scenes that go nowhere in this movie. Yeah, really think about it. There's quite a few, aren't there? Hammond not showing up because his daughters get a divorce? Goldblum hitting on Sattler and her fuck buddy finding out? Digging through dino shit? The lysine? Those weird fucking goggles? What was the point of all those?
Spared no expense.
You spared purpose, though. Lots and lots of purpose. But I've had it with these motherfucking dinosaurs on this motherfucking island agrees to shut down the system and restart it.
Oh, why don't I just shoot all my movies at a lighthouse? I can write that in somehow.
It's on. It worked.
What do you mean it worked? Everything's still off.
Well, maybe the shutdown tripped the circuit breakers. All we have to do is turn them back on.
Where are the breakers?
Maintenance shed, the other end of the compound. 3 minutes, I can have power back on the entire park.
Well, now, look, just to be safe, I want everybody in the emergency bunker.
Wait, did I just hear that right? You're sending the only computer guy on the island outside with the killer dinosaurs alone? Huh, can't see anything going wrong there.
Something went wrong. I'm gonna go get the power back on.
You can't just stroll down the road.
Oh, you mean like the way you just let that guy stroll down the road? Oh yeah, the black dude can handle his own, but when the pretty white lady has to go, pff, hell no, suit up, it's too dangerous out there. Even Hammond can't bear to see her go where they easily toss the black guy.
It ought to be me really going.
Why?
Well, I'm, and you're,
Look, we can discuss sexism and survival situations when I get back.
It is funny him confusing strength and gender, seeing how most of the things on the island trying to kill him have a vagina. So Sattler makes it to the building and turns on the power just as young Ferris Bueller is climbing the fence.
I'm gonna count to 3. 1, 2.
Tim! No, Tim!
Well, at least we know what we're having for dinner. Oh, Timmy! Yes, thank God! Sattler, on the other hand, could be better.
Mr. Arnold.
Why did nobody tell me it wasn't just a stroll down the road?
She gets out okay, but Velociraptor Dundee seems to have his own problems to deal with.
Clever girl. Waiting for me to turn around to acknowledge your intelligence. Clever, gloating, egotistical girl. Ah!
Yep, if you haven't noticed, these things are damn smart. Even when Grant leaves the kids alone in a building with no locked doors. How stupid. They manage to open up the doors, corner them in the kitchen, and yet somehow never manage to get these twerps. Yeah, you go on and on about how smart they are and how they can even track die-hard hunters, yet 2 little kids with literally no way out give them the slip? I mean, couldn't they just be like,
oh, Stephanie, could you be awesome and stand guard at the door while I sniff our dinner out? Of course, Vanessa. Thank you. No prob. Hey, did you hear about Andrea's spontaneous change of sex? Yeah, that was weird.
So like I said, the kids get away and meet up with Grant and Sattler, who get them to the control room to turn everything back on, including the door locks. Which was kind of stupid, hooking up everyday door locks to their computer. Should have thought that one through.
Spared no expense.
So while Bulgy Eyes tries to boot up all the power to the park, because they clearly went into great detail about what a computer expert she is.
I'm a hacker.
See? It's up to young Ferris Bueller to hand Sattler the gun. Hand Sattler the gun. The chair doesn't need a massage as much as Sattler needs the gun.
I can't get it unless I move.
Boys assistants needed 2 steps fucking behind you. Boys assistants needed 2 steps fucking behind you.
Oh well, they got the power back on, and at least they have more ammo they can use for later.
It's gonna come through the glass.
Or miss a whopping 4 times. What, are the Raptors agents from the Matrix? How the hell can you miss 4 times hitting a dinosaur? They climb aboard that thing the Flintstones eat at the end credits when it seems like they're cornered. How the hell could they get out of this one?
T-Rex! I'm a motherfucking T-Rex!
God damn it, I love you, T-Rex! You are the most awesome goddamn thing! Even though it makes no sense how they couldn't hear you come in, even though your footsteps always make the ground shake, you just gave the most epic, awesome ending this movie deserved. All she needs is a mic drop. I swear, that's the only thing missing. She fucking owns everything that ever existed. She just needs a mic drop. And thus, they all seem to make it out okay. Mammoths. Next time, definitely mammoths. Aw, my touching story arc is complete.
Let's split in the third film.
Okay. And the moral of the story, kids, when a white Scottish man offers you to see his park, you say no. And that's Jurassic Park. It's got its flaws, even some major flaws, but I'm sorry, it's still fucking awesome. The effects for the most part still look great. The story is not devoid of intelligent conversation. The characters, though maybe a little too simplistic at times, are still likable. And it still has the size and scope to not only enchant, but also scare. It's suspenseful and fun despite that there's some typical Spielberg moments, both good and bad. Not to mention just the straight up awesome factor. It knows what to give the audience and just how much suspension of disbelief we can lend to still enjoy it. As action-packed adventures go, this is one that is still a lot of fun and very impressive. And of course, let's be honest here, it made the T-Rex a motherfucking star again. Drop that mic, bitch! Now remember, you don't have to. T-Rex! I'm a motherfucking 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 T-Rex!